When I first got into self-improvement, my life actually got better. I stopped wasting so much time on my phone. I started going to the gym, reading more, and learning new things. And honestly, at first, it felt great. However, after a while, something strange started happening. Even though my life was objectively improving, I started feeling worse about myself. And it took me a long time to realize why that happens to so many people who get into self-improvement. And at first, I thought it was just a phase. Maybe I just need more discipline. Maybe I just need to push harder. But then I noticed something strange. If you've been in the self-improvement world for a while, you probably know this feeling too. At first, it feels amazing. You start building better habits, you wake up earlier, you start reading more, you go to the gym. However, over time, something else starts creeping in. Suddenly, nothing feels enough anymore. You go to the gym and instead of feeling proud, you think, I should have trained hard. Or you read a book and instead of enjoying it, you think, I should read more. Or even when you take a walk or spend time with your friends, something in the back of your mind starts whispering, you could be doing something more productive right now. And don't get me wrong, there is a reason why so many people get into self-improvement. Because it works. It helps you build discipline, improve your habits, take control over your life. For so many people, including me, it was the thing that finally helped them to get their life together. But if self-improvement is supposed to make your life better, why do so many people feel worse about themselves the deeper they go into it? And once I noticed this pattern, I started seeing it everywhere. People who did everything right, working out, building habits, chasing goals, but still feeling like they weren't enough. And that's where I realized something interesting. The problem with self-improvement doesn't start with the habits. It starts with a hidden assumption most people start to believe. Because self-improvement is built on a very simple idea. That you should always try to become a better version of yourself. And at first, this idea is incredibly helpful. Because it finally pushes you to build better habits. To fix your mistakes. Or to actually take responsibility for your life. But if you're not careful, something subtle starts happening. The idea of improving yourself slowly turns into the idea that your current self isn't enough yet. And when you go deeper into self-improvement, this mindset starts spreading into everything. Suddenly, every part of your life starts to be something that needs to be optimized. A walk isn't just a walk anymore. It's good for your mental health. Reading isn't just enjoyable, it's good for your focus. Even relaxing starts feeling like something you need to justify. And this is where it gets ugly. Because if you continue this for long enough, something else starts happening. Self-improvement stops being something you do and slowly becomes something that defines your worth. And once that happens, the whole system turns against you. Because if your worth depends on you improving yourself, how could you ever feel like you're enough? There will always be another habit to fix, another skill to learn, or another way to become better. And that's why self-improvement slowly starts making people miserable. Not because improving yourself is bad, but because the moment your value depends on it, the feeling of being enough disappears. So the problem isn't that self-improvement suddenly became bad. The problem is what happens when improving yourself starts becoming the way you measure your worth. Because once that happens, every habit becomes a test, every mistake becomes a proof that you're still not good enough, and your whole life slowly turns into an endless optimization project. But self-improvement was never supposed to do that. It was supposed to make your life better, not to replace it. Because improving your life should never mean learning to hate the person who's living it.